Is Chinese really the Mount Everest of languages, a linguistic puzzle so complex that only the daring go for it? Let's unravel this mystery together. Hey there, I'm Miss A. I come from a country where both English and Chinese are spoken officially. I might not be a native speaker or a total expert in either language, but I'm pretty comfortable flipping between the two. That's exactly why I'm the right person to guide those of you who are just starting out and want to get the hang of Chinese for everyday conversations. I get where the tough spots are because I've been there. Well, you don't need to sit through formal classes, or get lessons from a Chinese professor, or stress yourself out over exams to learn Chinese. Forget all that hassle unless your goal is to become a Chinese teacher or a student in a formal program. Trust me, picking up Mandarin can be a lot more enjoyable than the traditional route. Come along with me, and let's show everyone that Mandarin Chinese isn't as hard to learn as people think. First, let's lay down the facts that give Chinese its formidable reputation. Mandarin Chinese, with its 50,000 characters. Though only about 20,000 are used today, and you need just 2,000 to 3,000 to read a newspaper. It's 4 tones that can change the meaning of a word entirely, and not to mention the absence of familiar alphabets or a grammatical framework that mirrors English. Take the word ma, for example. Depending on your tone, it could mean mother, hemp, horse, or scold. And characters? The complexity of Biang, in Biang Biang noodles, incorporates 58 strokes, making it a beast to write. But no worries, almost 99% of Chinese don't really know how to read and write this word. Trust me, you won't use it at all. Here's a twist, Chinese isn't as tough as it seems. Shh. In fact, I'm here to tell you, it's far from it. First reason. Simple grammar. First off, Chinese grammar is remarkably straightforward. There are no verb conjugations, no tenses, no gender-specific nouns, and no cases. This means that once you get a hang of the sentence structure, you can mix and match words to form sentences without worrying about agreement or tense, which is pretty cool, right? Second reason. Pictogram characters. Then, there's the logical beauty of Chinese characters offering a fascinating window into the culture and history of China. Many Chinese pictograms are based on the physical appearance of the object or concept they depict. This direct visual link can make them easier to remember. For instance, the character for mountain, 山, resembles a mountain range, while tree, 木, looks like a tree. This visual association aids in memorization and recognition. Once you've learned the basic pictograms, you can use them as building blocks to understand more complex characters. Many characters are compounds of simpler pictograms, so recognizing these elements can make learning additional characters more manageable. For instance, the character for forest, 森, is just 3 trees, 木, stacked together. Isn't it amazing? Third reason. Romanized pinyin. Also, thanks to pinyin, which helps you read Chinese characters using the Roman alphabet, has made it easier for beginners to start speaking and reading without first mastering the thousands of characters. And with technology, such as language learning apps and online resources, getting started with Chinese is easier than ever. So, while Chinese undoubtedly presents a unique set of challenges, its reputation as the world's most difficult language may be a bit overstated. Just like any language, it opens up gradually, showing its special details and beauty to those who keep exploring it with interest and determination. Perhaps, in the end, the real question isn't about difficulty at all, but about the journey of discovery we embark on when learning a new language. And who wouldn't want to start such an exciting adventure with Chinese? Okay. Let's dive into the enchanting world of Chinese, a language that paints conversations with the brushstrokes of history. Imagine a language so ancient, its first written records adorn oracle bones from over 3,000 years ago. Chinese is more than just words, it's a window into the heart of China's long history. What makes Chinese really special are its characters, little pictures that stand for things and ideas. These characters are like windows to all kinds of tales about kings, adventures, and the everyday life of people through ages. So, why learn Mandarin Chinese? There are countless reasons to pick up Chinese as your second language, but here are the top 3 reasons that make learning Chinese your best choice. First, most spoken language in the world. Chinese holds the title of the most spoken language globally, with an astonishing 1.3 billion native speakers. Among these, approximately 900 million speak Mandarin, making it undeniably the world's most spoken language. If you wish to learn a language that 1 in 6 people in the world speak, this is the one for you. It will be much easier to travel to China or even other parts of Asia if you know Chinese. Chinese extends far beyond the borders of mainland China, echoing through various corners of Asia and beyond. In regions like Hong Kong and Taiwan, as well as countries such as Malaysia and Singapore, Chinese is a vital part of daily communication. But its reach doesn't stop there. The language thrives in the bustling Chinatowns found in cities around the world. Secondly, China is the second largest economy in the world. China, being the second largest economy in the world, mastering Chinese as a second language offers several key benefits, particularly in today's interconnected world. China's economic status is a compelling reason why proficiency in English alone may no longer suffice for those looking to thrive in the global economy. The ability to communicate, negotiate, and understand the Chinese market can open doors to numerous opportunities in trade, diplomacy, job opportunities, and cultural exchange. Lastly, Chinese is simple. As mentioned earlier, Chinese has the simplest grammar, pictogram characters, and romanized pinyin system which make it easier to learn. While Mandarin, on the other hand, is a specific dialect within this family and is the official language of the People's Republic of China, Taiwan, and one of the official languages of Singapore. It's also known as
普通话
in mainland China,
国语
in Taiwan, and
华语
among the Chinese population. Mandarin is the most widely spoken Chinese dialect, with over 1 billion speakers. It's based on the Beijing dialect and serves as the medium of communication between speakers of different Chinese dialects. Mandarin is distinct in its widespread use and status as the primary language of government, education, and media in Chinese-speaking countries. So, when we're talking about Chinese writing, we've got 2 main styles, simplified and traditional Chinese. They're like 2 different ways of writing down the same thing, which is mostly Mandarin when we're speaking out loud. Traditional Chinese is the old-school style,
繁体
It's been around for ages, getting tweaked here and there but still keeping its complicated look. You'll see it used a lot in places like Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau, and also among Chinese folks living in other countries. These characters can be pretty intricate, with lots of parts and strokes, kinda keeping the original vibe and history of the language intact. Simplified Chinese,
简体
on the other hand, is a bit newer. The government in China started rolling it out in the 50s and 60s to make reading and writing easier for everyone. They basically took a bunch of characters and slimmed them down, cutting out some of the strokes to simplify things. This is what you'll see used in mainland China, Singapore, and Malaysia today, especially in schools, books, and on TV. The main difference between the two boils down to how they're written. Simplified characters have fewer lines and are, well, simpler. For example, the way you write dragon,
龙
in traditional Chinese has more strokes than in simplified Chinese. And while some characters look totally different in each system, others haven't changed at all. Well, choosing between simplified and traditional Chinese can say a lot about where you're from, what your views are, where you want to use it, or even your family background. If you're thinking about learning Chinese as an absolute beginner, you might pick the simplified Chinese over the other. Once you get the hang of this style, trust me, picking up the traditional version isn't too hard since a lot of the basic ideas and sounds are the same. Okay, that wraps up my first video on starting your journey with Mandarin Chinese from zero to hero. If you're looking to dive into Mandarin but want to skip the boring classroom vibe, or conventional and exam-oriented lessons, come join me, I'm Miss A. We're going to learn Mandarin in a way that's anything but ordinary and totally fun. See ya in my next video.